Yo, what up? So this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be my Imperial Monk build. Uh, it's not really what you think of when you think of an Imperial in the Elder Scrolls. Like, Monk doesn't spring to my mind first, but the way they are in Morrowind specifically, it just really works out. So I'll break down how to do it and why the racial bonuses work so well for it, and we also just get the benefit from some of those Imperial like personality bonuses too, which is a nice touch. Let's get to our guard who is omnipotent and decides our fate forever. Alright, so we're going to be an Imperial. We are once again choosing a male. They have better attributes for what we're going for here. They do have +5 to hand, which isn't the best in the game for all the races. I think Khajiit. Yeah. Oh, Khajiit's only 5 in this one. Okay, tied for the best hand-to-hand. But the big one is Star of the West. Absorb for fatigue 200 points for 1 second on target. You're going to be able to do this once a day. If you know how hand-to-hand works in this game, you are basically punching and doing damage to their fatigue, not to their health. So when you start using hand-to-hand on an NPC, and they still have fatigue left, they aren't going to take any HP damage. It's just going to directly attack their fatigue, and then once it runs out, they fall on the ground, and you punch their body on the ground, and that starts doing HP damage. It sounds kind of weird, but it actually works. For any NPC that is damaged by hand-to-hand, it is pretty effective. You also have Voice of the Emperor, which is a charm spell you can use every day on a target, which is actually really nice. You know, you can just wait 24 hours, and so you basically have infinite charm. 25 to 50 for 15 seconds is a lot, so this is one of the better charm spells in the game. It'd be cool if it was more of a passive that always works, you know? So you didn't have to do it, but you can just hotkey it to something and easily charm anyone you're trying to persuade. Alright, so for our specialization, we're going to choose Stealth. It just has the most relevant skills for us, but we're not going to actually be sneaking around much with this class. We're going to be doing Speed and Agility for our... Oh my gosh. Speed and Agility for our favorite attributes. And we're going to go with a light armor build here. You could do unarmored as well. I'm doing light armor just because you'll be just as quick. Boots of Blinding Speed will be in the light armor category, and light armor is better than unarmored. If you're trying to do the flavor of the monk, you can do unarmored, it's fine. You'll be alright. Obviously we're going to want hand-to-hand. It's our main combat skill. You're also going to want a way to damage ghost, anything ethereal, anything that doesn't have fatigue. Like, I think some robotic things might not have fatigue. You're going to want a backup plan, so that's where we're going to have destruction magic here to hit the things that we cannot hit with our hand-to-hand combat. Alteration's going to be useful for, you know, running on water, jumping, levitating, monk stuff. It's going to be the way we open locks. Give yourself a shield to kind of buff your armor, since you're going to be using either light armor or unarmored. It's just like probably the monkiest magic, I would say. And then the second monkiest magic would probably be restoration. You know, healing yourself, healing others, cure disease. A lot of the drain attributes and restore attribute stuff that you get from destruction and restoration, I feel like is pretty monk build too. Now obviously we're going to need athletics for our monking around and acrobatics. Just move as quickly as we can. Having athletics and acrobatics with Boots of Blinding Speed, you're going to be moving like crazy once you pick those up. And then we'll pick up Speechcraft. We're already going to have decent speech skills because we're Imperial, and this is just going to further add on to that. This is the only class that I take Mercantile on, just because I feel like it's flavorful with Imperial, and with our high speech, our charm on everyone, and Mercantile being high, we're probably going to get the best prices at stores of any class I show you in my videos. And the last one, I went with Alchemy. I feel like it just fits for a monk type character to have alchemy. The The main thing you're going to be doing with this is brewing like fortify strength potions, so you're hitting harder. You can also use this to cure diseases if you don't want to use restoration for that. You know how alchemy works. You can basically get any spell effect with it. It's awesome. You abuse it. And I think it's fitting for a monk type character to use it.
Very good then.
Alright, and this time we're going to be going with the lady. It fortifies your personality further, 25 points, just to really make everyone love you. And also endurance 25 points, so it's going to, you know, I believe the way it works is strength is better for your starting health and endurance is better for your per level up health. So as you level up, this is really going to help you gain a lot more overall health. So yeah, we're starting with 40. That's pretty standard, honestly. And it's going to go up pretty significantly because we're starting with 65 base endurance and 75 base personality. So everyone's going to love us. So the last thing I'm going to do is let's just see what we can get a random Joe Schmo's disposition towards us just with our base stuff we got here. With our 85 personality and our 30 speechcraft, 30 mercantile. So we'll talk to... I'm just going to try and find someone who's not an Imperial, so it's not really cheating. So this lady... Alright, we're already starting at 62, which is higher than a normal Dark Elf with a Dark Elf. And then let's say we use Voice of the Emperor on her.
Outlander. What do you need?
Yeah, so 92. That's enough to pass almost every persuasion check in the game. And that is spammable with the 24-hour rest. So... we're not just a monk, we're also a smooth talker, but we're like a smooth talker that also box your face off is kind of the idea here. Now, if you just wanted to be like an Imperial smooth talker that used a different weapon, you could totally do that too, you know? I just thought this would probably be the best hand-to-hand class I could show off for you guys, because I have something else lined up for the Khajiit. But yeah, that's the monk Imperial build I came up with. He kind of looks like the goat Caius Cassades right now. Actually, he looks exactly like him because this is just his face. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all later.